It's a great evening. My apologies. I was putting up the nice routine that I added for this month where I'm doing a proverb for every day. So today is Proverbs 20. I'll read you the first verse of Proverbs 20 is wine is a mocker, strong drink is a brawler, and whoever is led astray by it is not wise. Alright? So wine is a mocker, strong drink a brawler. That's why anytime I would have Hennessy, I wanted two things. I wanted to either be with a woman or I was looking for whoever was looking at me funny wherever I was so that we can fix the problem. And so I don't drink with it. I haven't had any Henny in, wow, probably like 4 years, 3 or 4 years. Because whoever is led astray by any of these spirits, it's not a very wise individual. Coincidentally, I spent all last year drinking, but I would only drink on Saturdays. And I would only allow myself to drink a certain amount. And I had wine for my birthday. This year, I think I might just be a sober birthday. Maybe on some mushrooms somewhere up in the mountains somewhere in the United States. But yo, check it. It's a great day. Hope all of you guys have had a great day this Thursday, 20th of January of 2022 in the year of the Almighty. Just finished eating. Didn't train this morning at the gym, but I did do my 500 and I did go and train for about 2 hours. Did legs and shoulder press and did about an hour and a half of Muay Thai. No sparring though. I'm gonna keep the sparring to a minimum this time around. I'm not gonna just spar every time they say spar. I'm gonna work on other aspects. Only individual I'm in competition with is myself, so who do I got to impress, right? But yeah, it's been a great day. It's a great day. We're alive. Freak. I forgot to print out some of the things that I wanted to touch upon today. So now it's like, I can't recall. I guess I'd have to, run my mouth a little bit more until I recall something. But hey, every day, just do a little bit. Do a little bit of what you have to do. Do a little bit of those things that you don't want to do, but you know you need to do in order to stay on track, stay on path towards your desired destination in life. That's kind of what I wanted to touch upon today. Many people want many things in life. They want peace. They want wealth. They want happiness. They want material possessions. They want to travel the world. They want to do so many things. They want to be financially secure and financially independent and not have to rely on anybody and be, self-reliant. But too often, many individuals, a good 90% of all of us will simply desire these things, but we will not believe that it is possible because often we don't see much of that around us, or maybe we didn't grow up seeing those things being made possible by individuals close enough to us that would allow us the capacity to believe that it is also possible for us. You get me? So the only way to get to these states of of ex, of life experience, basically of lifestyle, is to basically design that lifestyle for yourself. And there are many examples, many examples. You can see them in books. Today we don't just have the printing press, so you don't only have to check out books. Today we have technology, visual technology, that we can observe individuals that are already doing the things that we want to do, and many are also explaining and giving advice as to how to get this to these levels, into these lifestyles, right? So you don't only have to read it, you can see it, or you can audibly digest it. So there are many ways of digesting the experiences of others that can in turn allow us to manufacture and create that same kind of lifestyle that we maybe admire and desire for ourselves, for our family, and for our community as a whole. But it all starts with self. One has to become self-reliant, dependable, or having the capacity to depend on oneself. One has to become dependable towards oneself. One has to be, honorable and integral in our commitment towards ourselves. We must maintain a level of integrity towards ourselves, a level of commitment that would allow us, the capacity to be able to rely on ourselves at any given time. So the only way to do that is to become self-accountable, to admit where we're messing up, where we are falling short, and to then address these things. Now, you might have to, only focus on one at a time, or if you can focus on one or more of those aspects that need some remedying and removal from your life, then do that. But do not avoid the things that are easy not to do. Because if you can do something, then it is easy. I was listening to Jim Rohn today. He was talking about that. He didn't grow up being rich, but once he realized that he too could become rich, he realized that it was easy, and that all that was required was for him to do the work that was necessary. Now, it's easy to achieve what you want, but it's also just as easy to never get there, because it requires work. Like, whatever it is that we want for ourselves in life requires that we actually think of what we have to do, and then go out and decide with the actions that will make us achieving that lifestyle, that level of success, that level of joy, of happiness, of peace, actually probable. But if we never act, if we never go out for the run, or go out for the midnight or early morning walk, then we're never going to develop the lifestyle that would have us doing those things. If we never work out, then we can expect to not be healthy at the end. If we do not focus on our financial literacy, then it is certain that we will always remain in poverty and dealing with financial strains. You get me? If we don't focus on addressing the childhood traumas, or whatever emotional baggages we've carried with us from childhood into adulthood, if we don't address these things, and if we don't become responsible for whatever emotional imbalance there is in us, then we can surely expect that relationships are not going to work out as we would want them to work out. They're not going to work out as we wish they would work out. So everything requires work. If we don't read the book, then we cannot expect a change in mindset and a change in intellect that would allow us the capacity to, put into motions the goals, the ideas, the visions, the things that we feel we want to do, we often think about doing, but which never gets done because we never take the initiative. We think it, but we don't make the decision. So the action never gets done. So it all starts with, us not just thinking. It also goes with us deciding and then acting upon the things that we have decided we want for ourselves. You want to be healthy? Decide. Then go and act on it. Go, eat less. Eat smaller portions. Eat healthier things. Work out. Start walking. 10, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Start small, work your way up. But if you don't believe it possible, if you can't rely on yourself to make the necessary changes to make it more possible that the lifestyle and the life that you want for yourself becomes probable, becomes a possibility, then it's never going to happen. It is very easy for us to not do the things that are required of us to do. It is very easy to just remain, comfortable in our own discomfort because we don't feel like doing the things that we actually need, should, must, and have to do. But because we don't feel like it, we feel that we have just time to waste. We see other people doing whatever they want to do, and so we feel we can also get to do whatever it is that we want to do with our times, and we can. But just because you get to do with what you want with your time because you feel like it does not mean that you have the right to feel how you want to feel when you didn't do the things required for you to feel that way. There's a lot of feeling in there. But y'all get the gist? Like, I always use myself as an example because I don't like using other people, because I feel like I have enough. You got that? I believe I have enough. I've had enough experiences in my life to where I can relate to many people. Like, I've gotten jumped. I've gotten made fun of for my accent when I had a thick Spanish accent. You know what I'm saying? So, and thankfully, I never took it so personal as to I stopped being myself. Instead, I refined my ability to communicate. I got rid of the accent. So now, some people hear me speaking and they don't even think that I speak Spanish. Pero yo también hablo bien fluyente en español también. ¿Tú me entiendes? So it's never a problem for me to transition between Spanish and English. But I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be made fun of. I'm going to make my English better. I don't want to feel fear and discomfort within me when I'm in a college classroom, because I'm no longer in high school or grammar school or high school. Now I'm in a college classroom. I don't ever want to feel uncomfortable, anxious, or fearful about reading in public because I still stutter. So you know what? Let me start not just picking up these books so that I can gain some understanding and knowledge of self. Let me start reading out loud so that my articulation can become that much better. So that whenever I communicate coherently and in a manner that, the greatest number of people can understand what I'm trying to say. Self-reliant. I couldn't depend on somebody else to teach me the things that only I knew I needed to learn. So I took it upon myself. And it's the same thing for you. You know, you cannot learn how to fight, you know, just by watching YouTube videos. You can learn a few things, but the only way you're going to really learn is by going to professionals. You know, sometimes those professionals might be in books. Sometimes those professionals might be in a gym. You know, I didn't know how to like truly defend myself. I knew a few things after I left the Marine Corps, but enough to give me the self-confidence to think that I can stand my ground against somebody else that knew how to, you know, throw punches. But so what I do, as soon as I left the military at 24, I went and signed up for a Muay Thai gym. Granted, I only went for like 6 months, but I did it. You know, 2 years later, I come back. Do my first fight. I didn't like how I felt about myself. So I made the only decision that I could make to make sure that this individual never walks through life through streets by himself anywhere in the world ever feeling fearful that he lacks the capacity to be able to defend himself or somebody else that may depend on him. As a man, you know, whenever I speak, like, you know, my capacity to communicate might provide some value to women, but I mainly speak to the male audience. Because like I told my mother, women birth children, but only life creates men, and only men can create real women. Just look at our society. We don't have any real men, and so we have an overabundance of less than men, like men, vagabond, and a bunch of less than women. A whole bunch of, you know, bitchs that don't know how to behave. They lack self-respect because they never had a father figure in their life, because there are very few actual men, a lot of males, but very few men that have become their own masters, their own father, and have the actual capacity to love a woman the right way, to respect her, uplift her, encourage her, nurture her, so that she can do the same for the children. So that's why I mainly speak to us men, because we're the ones that are lacking. Women can do whatever the hell they want. But if we don't become better, we can't make them better. They can become better and they can demand, you know, that more of us grow to a level where now they can accept us, but only by us becoming better can we make everybody else better. Not just other women, but other men. Because we can mentor, we can teach, we can encourage, you know, we can inform, we can invite, we can influence, we can illuminate, we can inspire. How? By the knowledge that we gain and our ability to actually rely on ourselves and our ability to be useful and valuable to ourselves. You know, becoming a jack of all trade. And even if we don't become a master of one, we still remain a whole lot better than a master of just one. We were born to be useful. We were born to have the capacity to allow others to rely on us. Just look at these lights. These lights are being kept on by about 98% men in our society, working somewhere, doing something very uncomfortable. So if you want to be comfortable in life, you're going to have to take yourself out of your comfort zone and do some things that may seem uncomfortable, but which in the long run, you know, will make you comfortable, family. You get what I'm saying? You may feel uncomfortable, but if you do the things that make you uncomfortable, which you know will bring you, you know, the satisfaction that you need, that's all that matters, man. Lifting weights, it's a little bit uncomfortable, but at the end, you're looking in the mirror like, oof, my triceps are coming in. My chest, oh, look at my abs, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like going to the barbershop, having a dude touching your face and shit, but once you get out of there, you're like, these ladies are about to go crazy with me. So get your work done, man. Start writing things down, man. Start writing things down. Start writing some things that you don't like about yourself right now, that you want to change. Start with that first. Write them things that you want to get rid of. After you're done with your gratitude journal every morning, or speaking your gratitude into existence, write some things down. Maybe spend a year doing that. Write some things down that you don't agree with. Write like 3 things down per day. And then after you're done with those first 3 that you want to change, or that you don't like, or that you want to, then write some things that you appreciate about yourself. It might seem easier to find things that you don't like than things that you actually appreciate. It be like that sometimes. Be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You already have society lying to you. So don't be that jackass that goes and lies to yourself too. Nah. It's not worth it. Be honest with yourself. If you're going to be honest with anybody else, be honest with yourself. Begin with you first. All right? Take notes. Take notes, man. This is your story. This is your life. Read the books. Listen to the podcast. Watch the YouTube videos. Go to the places that you need to go to. Go talk to the people that you need to talk to. Cut off the people that you need to cut off. Stop wasting time. Get some rest. Sleep in peace. Work out. Eat right. Nurture yourself. Meditate a bit. Breathe. Just relax. Be thankful for the peace that you're able to enjoy. Be thankful that you have the courage to change even yourself, even if you can't change your surrounding at the moment. But you can actually still change yourself, your thought process. And look within for the wisdom to know the difference between what you can change and what you can actually change. Can't change the governmental BS, political mumbo jumbo that's going on in the world right now, but you can change yourself. So start with that. Alright? Other than that, you have a great evening and a great rest of this glorious year and years to come. Alright? You're your own competition. Remember that. Go out and live a supremely conscious life. One.